Good evening, everyone. Um, Thank you for having me here for this conference on Gandhi's death anniversary. Um, I was just wondering that look where the world has come to. I've never met Miss Leah Diskin, and I've only read about her work, and so has she heard about me from Peter Rue. And today we are connected here across continents to share our views on the biggest global icon of the century, Gandhi. And this is all thanks to technology. It's wonderful, isn't it? Um, well, I am a filmmaker who uses my skills in the social sector, and technology is very close to my heart. And if technology is used wisely, I feel it is the best tool we have, which can reach out to maximum number of people and make them aware, make them knowledgeable about issues. And sometimes I wonder what Gandhi would do if he had this technology during his time, during the freedom struggle. What impact would have it had, not only on India and Indians, and but globally, what his impact would have been. Um, I come from a land of Gandhi, which is India, and I've been brought up in a family of freedom fighters. I've heard stories about my grandfather supporting the freedom movement, where he gave away all his foreign clothes. He had a little fire in the back of the house, and he gave that away and took to wearing homespun. My father was a part of the Indian National Congress, a party established by Gandhi and served the country. Um, it was he, my father, that first gave me an opportunity to get into the life of Gandhi by giving me the book, My Experiments with Truth. And it just changed my perspective on life altogether. It was, I think, my the beginning of my tryst with Gandhi. Um, I realized after reading that book that Gandhi was such a simple and ordinary man, and he had normal habits like each child would have. He was naughty, boisterous, but he was up to pranks all the time. He tried eating meat, he tried stealing, he lied about his marriage status in England. So he had normal experiments which he had as he went along in his life, and I think these are very important for any individual to grow and learn from. And that's what Gandhi did. He delved in everything possible, which everybody does in life, a human being does. And he learned from his experiences as he went along. And that's what made or shaped his character. Uh, so his childhood in his little village in Rajkot was an experience that added to his character. His experience in London added to his character, and most of all, his experience, the key experience which actually transformed him and brought him into public domain, was the South African experience, where he got into uh, activism and then came to India to fight for our freedom. So I feel that we have sort of distanced Gandhi from our lives. We have put him on this pedestal, and that is the very barrier that I feel that we need to break. We need to get to know Gandhi because he was as ordinary as each one of us. And if he, as an ordinary person, could do so much in his life, attain so much, then so can all of us. Uh, and this realization that Gandhi, at the end of the day, was such a simple man, such an ordinary man, is something that the youth of the world should know. He's not as complicated. You have to know you have to know Gandhi. You have to see how you feel once you get to know Gandhi. And that was the reason I thought to myself, how do I achieve this? How do I get Gandhi back in people's lives, especially in the youngsters' life? And how I sort of managed to do that was to open up my NGO, which is Youth for Gandhi Foundation. Um, the aim of that foundation is to use technology, which is the language of the youth today, to create an ecosystem where basic values of respect, dignity, sharing, learning, altruism must be available to these young minds to imbibe and act in their daily lives. So, whether they are in school interacting with friends or teachers, at home with their parents or with their domestic staff, or conserving water or eating organic food or not, you know, honking on the roads, these are basic character traits, basic values that shape a person. And I'm using the medium of Gandhi to get across to people to 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 sort of imbibe these values, and not only just imbibe them, you have to act on these values. There's just no point reading these about these values and feeling that you've done your bit. Till you do not act, there is going to be no really output. And that's why Gandhi said you have to be the change that you wish to see in this world. um, in India, Gandhi, I think, is the most popular brand. Yet, he is most often misunderstood, and it is not only the case with in India; it's throughout the world. Gandhi is misunderstood, and that is the challenge that we in our foundation, in a little way, seek to address. Because children are the future of any nation, their character needs to be shaped with these values. It's highly important. It is the need of the hour with the onset of so much of violence that we see around us, be it outside our home, be it exploitation of nature, be it our video games that are full of shooting and murdering. Uh, we have to counter all this by peace. It's a value that exists, you see, and maybe majority of the people might seem to find that peace is outdated, but it is the only tool, I think, that can save us, save our moral character in some way, and in turn save the entire planet. Um, I'm really privileged to announce at this conference that Youth for Gandhi Foundation is launching its first ever digital portal on Gandhi for children. It's going to be called www.searchforgandhi.in. It's for children between 8 to 14 years of age. Um, have a look at it. Um, Share it with as many people, as many schools as you like. We will be launching this at the same time in India at which Gandhi was shot. It is a time that violence took him away from us, but the fight against that violence must begin at the same time. Um, I thank Leah Diskin once again for having me as a part of this event. I would want to work with the Palace Athena to make this portal, the message of Gandhi for young children, to reach every corner of Brazil and work to spread the message of peace. Thank you so much for having me this evening.